Good afternoon. I just want to talk about, the student that I looked at for my case study, and it's a student that I have. I teach currently high school economics, special ed teacher, and I do have a critical skills class as well, which means that I'm teaching freshmen, sophomores, and juniors kind of the critical skills they need for high school. And so this student is in not only my critical skills class, but also my econ class. However, he will be moving on to government, so this was it for econ. And to save his name and kind of who he is, I chose to go with the name Harmon Killebrew, big baseball fan, so I figured, it's a little play on his initials and kind of why I went with the name that I did. But anyways, so moving on, Harmon he's a young man he's on the autism spectrum. He has anxiety and he has Great Depression, and he truly struggles to read. His writing skills need a lot of work. Both of those fall in his IEP. And so as I was going through the course of all of these assessments that we were giving through this class, I kind of came to the realization of he struggles. I knew he struggled to read, but his struggles are vast. He needs intense work, and I think he definitely needs a lot of assistance in learning to read. And I think part of that is because he lacks kind of an ability to gain confidence as he reads. Because he does struggle and he doesn't do well in his English class and he doesn't do well when he has to read. Looking at his grades last year in U.S. history, which is a lot of evidence and documents and everything else that you have to go through, and so he did struggle in that class. And so you're looking at a young man who, him and I have sat down and talked, and he tells me, numbers make sense to me. They're concrete. They're not going to move around. They have the same meaning every time. It doesn't change, he said, but words and letters by themselves and, the sounds and the different, the way you read things, it kind of jumbles together and it doesn't make a whole lot of sense to him, and he really feels because words are not concrete, it's very hard for him to read and write because it just doesn't stick. And in his mind, it's not going to stick the way he needs it to in order to read. So we're going to get him through a lot of intensive training and a lot of kind of rigorous work, but it will be interesting to see how Harmon does going forward. He is a junior in high school, so at this point he wants to go to junior college, and so at this point we're going to try and prepare him for any work we can give him that will allow him to be successful at junior college. We're going to really work on some skills and decoding and all kinds of other intensive reading skills, and then see what accommodations he can get when he gets to junior college to try to help him out. And so at this point, it's just kind of getting him through and learning an ability to read. Even if it's at a fifth grade level and he never gets up to the high school reading level, we're going to do our best. And so that's kind of where we're at with Harmon. Thank you.